right, welcome back for another sentence. Listen carefully. It's very likely that there will be a lack of funds. It's very likely that there will be a lack of funds. It's very likely. It's very likely. It's very likely. Es muy probable que haya al final una falta de fondos o dinero suficiente para nuestros propósitos. It's very likely. Curiosamente, en la frase anterior, it's highly unlikely. Cuando es improbable decimos highly como adverbio. Y con likely, simplemente very. Es muy probable, eh? It's very likely that there'll be, hago la contracción, there will, a lack of funds, una falta de fondos, una carencia de fondos. Okay, likely. It's likely is probably. How likely? How likely is it that it will snow tomorrow? It's highly unlikely. It's not very likely. How likely is it that the sun will come up tomorrow in the morning, that the sun will rise? What's the probability? What's the likelihood? Is it likely that the sun will come up? Yes, it's extremely likely. It's very likely that the sun will come up. Do you want to make a bet? It's very likely.
Hi guys, it's Felicity. I am so excited. Remember I told you I spoke to Harriet about the budget for the show? 17 going on 18, remember? She said, I'll follow up on that subject. Well, she did. She followed up on the subject and she said, it's likely you'll have a bigger budget. Oh, did you hear that? It's likely. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Repeat with me. It's likely you'll have a bigger budget. Perfect. I'm so excited. So, I'm hoping it's really likely that I'll have a bigger budget. Because if I have a bigger budget, then it's likely I'll be able to hire a professional actor. Because I'm going to be the girl. But it's likely that a professional actor for the dad would be perfect. And if we get a bigger budget, it's likely more people will come to see the show. So it's likely there will be no tickets left. So remember, get your ticket nice and early because it's likely there won't be any tickets left. Oh guys, a likely bigger budget. Oh guys, it's going to be so much fun, fun,
fun. All right, welcome back for part 2 of our sentence. It's very likely, es muy probable, sí, it's very likely, es muy probable que haya, o que vaya a haber. It's very likely that there'll be, contraction there will, there'll. It's very likely that there'll be a lack of funds. A lack of, una falta de, una carencia de, a lack of, tres palabras, a lack of funds, a lack of. We are suffering a lack of funds. We're suffering a lack of war material. We are suffering a serious lack of inspiration in this company. We're suffering a serious lack of leadership. And if an organization suffers a serious lack of leadership, then logically the organization is probably going to suffer a serious lack of motivation and inspiration. They go together, leadership and inspiration. We are suffering a lack of leadership. Are you suffering a serious lack of English? A serious lack of English? A lack of vocabulary? A lack of grammar structure? What kind of lack?
You know, I've been thinking there's a serious lack of fun in my life. I think I need a nice, long, relaxing holiday with lots of sun. There's definitely a lack of sun in my life. What do you think? That's it, a lack of fun and a lack of sun. Come on, say it with me, my darlings. There's a lack of fun and a lack of sun in your life, Margaret. Oh, I agree with you. But what would the cleaning staff do if I went on holiday? I'm sure there'd be a serious lack of organisation if I went on holiday. There'd probably be a lack of participation in the cleaning staff too. They don't listen to Harriet, they only listen to me. Oh, and there'd be a huge lack of respect for Harriet. Nobody likes her. Nothing would get done around here if it weren't for me. I don't know. there is a lack of fun and sun in my life, but I better not go on holiday.
All right, are you ready? Part 3. It's very likely, it's muy probable, it's very likely that there'll be a lack of funds, una falta de fondos, fondos para invertir, por ejemplo, funds, escrito, funds. Fund es dinero. Constituir un fondo para un uso específico es to create a fund, un gestor de fondos, gestionar fondos, a fund manager, funds, fundraising, crear fondos, crear dinero, buscar formas de generar ingresos para un uso específico es to raise funds, fundraising, yes. And so, it's very likely that there'll be a serious lack of funds, in this case, funds. And the word of the day sounds similar, funny. Funny significa gracioso. Yes, funny. Funny, money, funny. Sin embargo, su uso más corriente, curiosamente, es para decir curioso. Es curioso que esté enfadado, por eso it's funny. Uy, algo curioso se me ocurrió esta mañana camino al trabajo. Something funny happened. Es curioso. It's funny.
I've had it up to here. Now the staff want to have a staff party. Where do they think we're going to get the funds to have a staff party? To have a staff party, you need to have funds. And this hotel already has a big lack of funds. I mean, what do they think this is? Some sort of charity or something? If they want to have a party, they're going to have to raise the funds themselves because we most certainly don't have enough funds. In this hotel, there's a big lack of funds. Say it with me. There's a big lack of funds. Funds, not phones, funds. And in this hotel, there's a big lack of funds. So if they want to have a party, they're going to have to find the funds some way on their own. I mean, why do they want to have a party anyway? Here, I'm looking at Harriet's rule book, and in Harriet's hotel rule book, it doesn't say anything about having staff parties. Yeah, there's nothing in here about having staff parties. I mean, we already have a lack of funds for decorating. We already have a lack of funds for furniture. We already have a lack of funds for staff uniforms. So if they want to have a party, I'll tell you where they can get their funds from their salaries.